The first episode of the BBC and Netflix's remake of Watership Down aired this evening. The series is based on a book by Richard Adams, and it proved to be rather divisive. Some fans enjoyed the first episode, yet many people pointed out the poor animation. However, other fans took to Twitter to point out the fact that the rabbits looked a lot more like hares. One disgruntled viewer wrote, "One thing bugging me more than the god-awful animation is the fact the makers don't appear to know the difference between rabbits and hares." Another said, "Aside from the terrible animation, it's the character design. It's like they didn't study any rabbits. They've all got really long legs like hares, and they've given their paws pads. Rabbits don't have pads. And they've changed the story? I never saw the first version, so can't make that comparison. Why are the rabbits like hares? It's all a bit dark for me, and right now I think we could all do with cheering up." "This is not the answer," commented another viewer. A fourth viewer tweeted, "Did I mention they were hares? They were clearly hares. Do the people who did the CGI for Watership Down actually know what rabbits look like? They were hares. I'll stick with the book," added another viewer. One viewer wrote, "Oh god, oh god, oh god. Watership Down is on and I've just flicked onto it. Switch off. Switch off." However, other viewers really enjoyed the first episode of the Watership Down remake and took to Twitter to compliment it. One viewer said, "Couldn't watch more than 10 minutes of Watership Down. Terrible animation, it looks cheap and clunky." Another wrote, "Thought Watership Down was brilliantly cast by Ed Arpia casting and Ed Lil Jeffrey. Some beautiful direction and really enjoyed to seeing a closer to the novel, more fleshed out version. Looking forward to the next chapter." Another added, "Loving the new adaptation of Watership Down, including the detail and the dialogue. Oh, and I did read the book several times." A fourth viewer commented, "OMG. Watership Down was so good. Lovely animation and done brilliantly. Just gonna watch part 2 now. They showed first 2 parts tonight." That said, the animation style did prove to be an issue for some other viewers. Meanwhile, James McAvoy has revealed what it was like to be the voice of Hazel, and it turns out he almost passed out a few times whilst voicing the character. His co-star, Gemma Atherton, then added, "You have to do this pass, it's like an effort pass, which is where you record, oh, you're running away from a cat now, and you're sniffing the air, and you're running away from a seagull, and you just have to be a child really. And it's always fun. You always do it at the end, because you might hurt your voice because you have to scream and things like that, but it's actually quite liberating. You just have to let yourself be a complete idiot." The second episode of Watership Down will be released on the BBC tomorrow evening, yet Netflix will split the series into 4 parts and they'll all released at once. Watership Down's second episode will air on BBC One tomorrow at 7:25 p.m.